me start with a level 1 project 2 speech, that is evaluation and feedback. The speaker today is going to present a speech in front of us. That speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Nov19. He will present his report in the third session, evaluation session, and the speaker will deliver that speech again in the next meeting. That speech or other speech, but without those deficiencies which were pointed out during the evaluation. So that's why this project is called Evaluation and Feedback. The speech objectives are just what I have explained, that to deliver a speech in front of the audience, and that has to be evaluated, and you have to apply that feedback in your next project.
That's right.
So is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So permissible time is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, you have to show the green card, 6 minutes, yellow card, and 7 minutes, red card. 30 seconds will be the allowed time. After 30 seconds, you will not be qualified for voting.
Voting, okay.
So please welcome Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it on?
Yes, this is on. Thank you, DTM, Atif, Irfan, for providing me the opportunity to be here today. Today, the topic of my speech is my journey of stammering as a stammerer. My name is Ahmad. So, and I am a stammerer. So, if somebody doesn't know what is a stammering, so this is the way of speaking. I just spoke my name. This is called stammering. Since the age of 2, I have started stammering, and my mom told me that I stammer since the age of 2, but as long as I remember, or actually I was around 6-7 years old when I had my first stammering memory. So since then I'm stammering, and at the early childhood I didn't know that I have stammering issue, because I thought that is okay until people started pointing out things like the way you're speaking, this is not normal. So the way they keep pointing it out, and I feel started, okay, the way I'm speaking, this is not right, this is wrong. And with time it becomes a guilty conscious kind of that, okay, I'm doing something wrong, so I need to stop. And then things came, like low confidence, and with like low self-esteem, and so many issues come with that. But I didn't bother much about people, that how they think or do. So my school was okay. I passed the middle school, and then went to college for high school. That went also okay, because people didn't know that I stammer. The real problem started when I entered into professional education, into a university, because there people, because I studied from UT Lahore, and there people came, they were the cream of the country. All the people there are highly intelligent, and they have skills and talents that rest of the people don't have. So there I started this issue of feeling that I have it's the big issue. But still there I learned the most important thing, and this is disclosure. I tell people that I stammer. So when I had a presentation, or I went to a oral viva, I told my teachers that I have a speech impairment, that is stammering. So what they did, they allowed me extra time. And the funny thing is that, like in my vivas, when I was trying to speak, and the teacher said, okay, you are trying to say this. I said, okay. And they said, okay, you got a full marks. So even I don't know the answer, I got the marks. So my classmates were very jealous of that. So as the time passes, I have that time came to start job, and that was a very difficult time, because when you have a stammer, especially in public speaking, and especially giving interviews, it's a bit of stress, a lot of stress for us, for people who stammer. So I got very difficulties, and the first job I got, so I started, I worked there. So after years, when I met my first boss, we were talking, and I asked him that in that first interview I stammer a lot. So how you gave me the job? He said I was not able to understand a single thing, but I knew that you are qualified and you know the job, so you can do it. So I gave you the job. So since then I worked from places to places, and then I also went abroad for my master's degrees, and I came back from abroad, and there came the time I started teaching. That was a turning point for me, and there I learned new things, especially about myself. And there I learned the second most important thing, that is acceptance. Because I had the disclosure, but I was not accepting myself as stammerer. So in back of the mind, there was the stress is there that I have to hide, I have to hold that I stammer. So I opened up myself, and I accepted that I stammer. So that was the main thing that pushed me. The fear was gone, and I became fearless, and I started my own company, and I started Stammer Talk initiative, and now we are all here. And the third most important thing is the continuous improvement. You accept you are this, but it's a weakness. You have to improve this. And the last thing which I learned is the last thing is live with a purpose. You have a purpose of life. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Please have a seat, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice, very motivating, very impressive. So there are many benefits of stammering, as Toastmaster Ahmed told us that sometimes things were not understandable, and he said, okay, that's okay, you are qualified. Okay, the next speaker is coming. So now I'll call upon the next speaker, and he is an icebreaker. He is going to speak for the very first time in front of the audience. What are the speech objectives? The speech objectives are nothing more than just make yourself comfortable with the audience, come here, stand at my point, and just talk to the audience, communicate with the audience. These are the only objectives. That speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah, who just delivered in front of us. And to deliver this speech, I'll call upon Toastmaster Sami. Please welcome him.
It is my first time to speak in front of people, to introduce myself, especially in English. Today my topic is icebreaker, introduction yourself in front of you. My name is Samula. I am simple and positive person. I completed my BSc Civil Engineering degree in 2017. After completion of the degree, I start my own business, property and construction. I learned too much and gain knowledge and experience. but I am not fully satisfied because I like be a government employee. Therefore, I have work start on it, and I am very hopeful. Inshallah, I will get a good job soon. In my views, we should focus on our lives. We should not find the shortcuts because shortcuts creates the problems. We should prefer the continuous smart work. Everything happen, but take a time. At the end, I want to thank Toastmaster Club and Stammer Talk who give me opportunity and platform to share my opinions with you. And it was my deeply desire to become a public speaker, but I could not be. So many reasons. One of top is stammering, but after the join Toastmaster Club and Stammer Talk, and I am hopeful, inshallah, one day I will be. Thank you.
Speech objectives. That speech project will be evaluated by my own self, Atif Irfan. Please welcome Toastmaster Shawaz Baloch.
I will assist.
Say a few words before starting the speech. So I am standing with
Yes,
him for
sir.
that.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, everybody. It is an honor for me that I am today delivering a speech in a very honorable club, that is the Stammer Club. DTM Atif told me that there is a club that has been found by Ahmed and the Stammers are there. So it was my wish to be the part of this club. So I think I'm not a guest anymore. I want to become the member of this club.
Okay, applaud for him. So now we have 4 members. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'll cut your words.
Yes, sir.
We have now 4 members.
Yes.
Myself, DTM Masood Saeed, Mr. Ahmed Abdullah and Shawaz Baloch.
Yes.
So this club has now 4 members.
Yes.
Let's see how quickly it grows.
I can miss Ravi Toastmaster Lahore, but I will never miss Stammer's Grammar Club.
Very
sir.
nice.
Yes. And I will not take your time, so much time. I could feel the gloominess and very silence in the atmosphere, as if that you people have done anything.
In front of the audience for a long time, but with this system of Toastmasters International that is called Pathways, this is his first time delivering his project. This is his project number 1 of level number 1, and this is also an icebreaker. And that speech project is going to be evaluated by my own self.
Yes.
And please welcome Toastmaster Noor Ahmed Khan. The time is 4 to 6 minutes. Red card will be shown. 30 seconds is the grace time. All the best
Thank you,
for the
DTM.
100th project.
My fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, myself, Toastmaster Noor Masood, Noor Ahmed Khan, as known as Noor Masood. I belong to a tribal area, far from here. And the name of that area is South Waziristan Agency. Surprise?
Yes.
As claimed from my name, Masood, because it's a very renowned and in some area very notorious tribe. And I belong to that area. I have a small family, very sad. Because when you have few members in family, that makes you very sad. I just have 11 brothers and sisters.
But you are still confident.
I'm still.
That's a proof that
Yes. Thank you, thank you. My grandfather was a warrior actually, and he fought Britishers. And then my grandfather, he fought Indians. Even my grandfather reached Srinagar back in 1947. And then my father. And my father served in a government department. My father was the only one who was lucky enough to have education. And then me. Spent most of my time in cities. Completed my graduation in finance from Karachi, and then I shifted down to Islamabad, and then finally in 1997 I decided to settle down in Lahore. And for the last almost 23 years, I think, if I'm not wrong, I'm in Lahore. It's a lovely city, city of gardens, city of colleges, a cultural city. I love this city. There are many ebbs and flows in my life. I did so many businesses in my life. I have been involved with construction, with marketing, with retail. And finally, 3 years ago, a thought popped up in my mind that I should become a speaker or a trainer. And I was looking for a platform where I could improve my communication skills. I was searching for such a platform on newspapers, on net. But I could not find any better place so that I could learn this skill. And one day I was stopped at a signal, and there I saw a banner. It was written that join us and become a speaker. And that was a religious institute. I joined that institute. I spent hardly 15 to 20 days there. And since they were religious people, so all that they did and I learned there was yelling and chanting and speaking loudly. But that was really helpful. And it helped me to open my vocal cords. But after that, I thought that it's not enough. Though it helped me a lot, but it was not enough. Then luckily, after a few days, I was scrolling down on YouTube, and there I came across a winning speech of a Toastmaster, Dhananjaya from Sri Lanka, who was the world champion of 2014. And his speech really inspired me. And that's where I came to know about Toastmasters. And it was back in 2016. And it's a whole of stories that I could tell you about Toastmasters alone. There are so many other stories in my life, because I spent quite a few years in Balochistan, then I shifted to Sindh, I spent 3 to 4 years in Karachi, then I moved to Islamabad, then finally came down to Lahore. So imagine how many stories I could tell. Many. There are some stories that are very interesting, very funny, and there are some stories that really changed my life. And the story that I want to share with you is the story that has really changed my life. And this story is about an incident that occurred just 2 years ago. when there is a huge gas blast that occurred at my hometown. Because my cousin died, we had to go there to attend the funeral, and all the family members were sitting there, and there was a gas blast. And due to that gas blast, 35 members of my family got injured. And out of those injured, my wife was the critical one. And she got 60% body burn. And I tried my best to take care of my wife. I, alhamdulillah, helped her a lot. But alhamdulillah, today she is all fine. She survived. She's a very strong woman. And alhamdulillah, today I'm so happy to have her with me. I have 4 kids. And you can't imagine that how naughty and how energetic they are. I can't even take a risk to take even one kid with me in this club. So difficult to control them. So this is some things about my life. In the last, I will share one story. When I was in Karachi, it's a very interesting story actually. It's a small shop like this, and I went there and I ordered something. In the meanwhile, another person came in, and he asked from the person inside the cafe that pack a tin of Pepsi. And I was there eating my stuff, and he was waiting for the tin of pack. And I saw that the person in the coffee shop, he opened the Visi cooler, picked the tin of Pepsi, opened it, and he poured all the Pepsi into the shopper. And he packed it and handed over to the other person. And he was shocked. What you did? And I was, burst into laughter. Everything fell down. And I scolded him that, what the hell you did? And he said, what wrong did I do? I just packed it. He said, pack the tin of Pepsi, and I packed it. So this was a really interesting story that I can never, forget. So thank you so much for bearing with me, for listening to me. These are some aspects of my life. And I'm so happy to be here at this club. And I hope that I've started my journey with Pathways. And I'll prepare for my next project, inshallah. Thank you so much.
Typical time for every speaker is 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute is the minimum time and 2 minutes is the maximum time. And 15 seconds grace time is there for wrapping up this speech. Like minimum time is 1 minute and maximum time is 2 minutes and 15 seconds. In that time we have to wrap up. And we have a very enthusiastic Toastmaster with us, who is the president of this club. Please welcome Toastmaster Ahmed Abdullah for this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think we'll give it to speakers.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, DTM Atif Zahab. Thank you so much. So guys, so this is now the next step. The first one was the prepared speech. Now the second part of the session is now going to start, and this is the table contest. In this part, I will invite people. I will invite the participants. It could be members or guests. So they will come here and they will talk about on a topic for like 1 to 2 minutes. So it's that. So to start, I would like to invite Sir Saqib Sahab to come here. Please, sir. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome. Thank you for coming here. It's a honor for us that you are here with us on the first official a meeting of Stammer Talk Toaster Masters Club. Thank you so much. So please tell us about yourself a little bit to the people, and your journey of stammering. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
I just want to make it sure, do I have 1 to 2 minutes? Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Saqib Nazir. Thank you very much, everyone, for letting me have my say. I am a stammerer. As far as I could remember, since the age of 4 or 5, I have been stammering. It was quite severe, but I was always of the opinion I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to overcome my stammer. Throughout the years, I had been looking, I had been searching that what could be beneficial for myself regarding to overcome my stammer. I went across the world, and finally about 5 years ago, I was in England, and I came to know about a course which is a kind of a speech therapy course. It is called Maguire program. I happen to be a part of that program. It is 4 days course, and that has transformed my life. And I'm thankful to Allah that I'm sharing the stage in front of you, which I have been dreaming of throughout my life. Now I have set a goal in my life that I should be working for others, the stammerers who are facing the same issue as I have faced throughout my life. In this regard, I am taking self-help sessions back home in Multan, and I came to know about these people, Ahmed and rest of the fellows, through a WhatsApp group. We got to know each other. I had a session about 2 months ago in Multan, which was, alhamdulillah, quite a good one. And inshallah, I will be looking forward to help other stammerers throughout my life, because I know being able to speak in a proper way, in a fluent way, in a confident way is the success of life. I want every single individual sitting in this hall to have best wishes for us, because for a person who is a non-stammerer, I think, it is somewhat takes courage to be on the floor and say something. But for a stammerer, having overcome your stammering issues, we have been fighting with the fears and many other psychological issues which have been holding us back throughout of life. It is somehow appreciable. Thanks very much. Looking forward to speak to you later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Saqib bhai. Thank you so much. And we are really grateful to you, because due to your support and your your aid and efforts, we are here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My
Huge,
pleasure.
yes, huge applause for Saqib Saab.
Thank you.
Okay. So next, I would like to invite the Ms. Fong to come. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
That's
Thank
nice.
you.
Okay, so you are here as a tourist in Pakistan.
Yes.
So I would like to ask your experience here so far. That how you felt here in Pakistan, please. This one.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My short introductions. My name is Phương. I'm from Vietnam, and I came here for 4 days already. And luckily, I have supported me for this trip. And so far, I have a good experience here in Pakistan because of the places I visited, and also because of the food I've tried, and also the people. I always have good hospitality from people. They are great help from them, and I'm really so far I really enjoyed this trip. This is only one a small pity that the time I here is very short. I only have like 9 days in Pakistan, and I hope that in the future I can spend more time to visit the north of Pakistan, because I know that it's marvelous and the landscape there is wonderful. So I have already planned for my next trip to here, which takes longer, and I hope that I can enjoy and see more of Pakistan. Thank you everyone to hear me.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you so much. So, who would like next to be here? Yes, Mr. Fahad, please, sir. Thank you.
Can I select anything, or you are going to?
Yes. So you are working as a mechanical.
Electrical engineer. At Siemens.
Siemens. So, what are your hobbies? What do you do?
This, it's about studying, reading books, and sometimes going out. And I like sports, like badminton, swimming, and stuff like that.
So
That's what I do in my spare time.
that's nice. So, what new sport would you like to play and learn, and why? Can you please elaborate?
I think I have quite mastered table tennis. I also came second in a competition at Siemens. I have previously also won badminton as well. So recently I've tried to pick up swimming, because swimming is a sport in which all your muscles are exercised. So it's build up the stamina, it's good for the fitness, and that's the area that I am thinking about. And I've never tried the puzzle game. I also basically trying the physical sports throughout my life. I'm in squash or lawn tennis. So I have seen that the puzzles are also quite entertaining. I mean, it engages the brain. So these are the two things which I am trying nowadays.
That's nice. So, which sport would you recommend people to play or take part in it?
I mean, the sports which you find enjoyable. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, it is different for everyone. I have seen that. If you like to, you can say a rapid movement. You like to react, pick up table tennis. If you like to, you can say prefer full body fitness, take up swimming. And if you want, you can say you like your brain activity, or you are good at recognized pattern. Just to pick up things like Sudoku, chess things. They are great for, you can say, improving that. So it's depend upon what do you want and what do you most enjoy. So you have to decide for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. A great applause for Mr. Fahad. It's, who will be next? Coming, please. You come. Hello, Mr. Wasim. How are you? Please tell us about your work, what you do.
I'm working as a senior software engineer at Siemens. That's a German company. So I have been working there for almost 3 years now. I have done BS in electronic engineering from GIK Institute, and then I did my MS from LUMS, and then after that I came straight to Siemens as a software engineer, and then after 1 year I got promotion, and now I'm working as a senior engineer.
That's nice.
So,
that's nice.
basically the field of work that I'm in is embedded systems. It's related to microprocessors and real-time operating systems and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and such. I mean, very much technical things that layman people might not know very well. The environment at my company is really good. I mean, one of the best office environment in Pakistan that I have seen until now. So that's about my work experience.
Oh, that's nice.
Till now.
Very nice. So far you have you are working in Siemens.
Yeah.
So what's the most interesting or challenging job you have done there, or project you have done there so far? If you like to share, or you have dealt with the hurdles there in completing your project.
Well, for the start, most of the time I've been working with customer projects that were related to services like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. But after that, I got a breakthrough by getting an internal project that was related to a debug agent. I think most of the people won't know about that, but I will try to explain that. So a debugger is a tool that we use to find bugs and then fix them in a software. So usually we have a hardware interface to the processor or our target board that for which we need a hardware equipment that is very expensive. So we decided to overcome that expensive solution, and then we decided to debug the target over serial communication or Ethernet port, the wires that we use for internet for the layman people. So
in short, it's an evaluator for the chips.
Yeah.
Like
So yeah, it's an evaluator for the chips, or you can say evaluator for the software running on the chips. So we designed that, and then the main purpose of this was to get rid of the hardware required for debugging the target on which software is running. So that was a very successful project. I mean, now we don't need any hardware to connect to the target. We just need a wire to connect to the target and solve the problems, or if there are any, find a problem and solve them. And for the customers, this is very important because customers have a large number of target boards which they are going to debug in the fields, and for every target they will need separate hardware equipment for debugging. So if they use our solution, they will just need a piece of wire, connect to the target, and start solving the problems. Yeah, that was best project that I have done so far.
That's nice. That's nice. Huge applause for Mr. Wasim. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please. So, who would like to come next? Please. Waalaikum salam. So,
Murtaza Khan.
yes. What are your hobbies?
सर आपसे कह रहे थे ये कि मैं यहाँ पे आया हूँ
His name is Murtaza Khan.
मुर्तज़ा खान और तकरीबन 6 माह से मैं यहाँ पे आ रहा हूँ और बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे यहाँ से फ़ायदा हो रहा है। और बस यही है कि जैसे मैं यहाँ पे मतलब कि जब मैं यहाँ पे आता हूँ तो ये यानी एकदम से मेरी जो हार्ट है बीट वो थोड़ी सी जो ना खुश जाती है फास्ट, तब मेरे मुंह से कोई भी वर्ड बाहर नहीं आते। तो साकिब साहब हैं ये तो कुछ टेक्निक जो है इनके हमें मतलब कि आती हैं, तो वो जब यानी अमल में आती हैं तो तब जाके थोड़ी सी स्पीड ठीक रहती है। सो यही है कि बस इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पे आएंगे और स्पीच हमारी ठीक हो जाएगी।
Very nice, very nice.
I want you to use 2 to 3 words per breath. You are supposed to inhale in, as I have taught you earlier, a deep inhale, then at the top of your breath, 2 to 3 words. Stick to 2 to 3 words per breath. Then exhale at the end. And
ठीक है सर।
Sorry for interruption.
जैसे मैंने बात की कि साकिब साहब ने जो टेक्निक हमें बताई है कि आपने सांस लेके और मुँह से अल्फाज को बाहर निकालना है, तो इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पर मैं आऊँगा और बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदा मुझे यहाँ से हुआ है और इंशाल्लाह होगा। थैंक यू।
Inshallah. Thank you. Very nice. Yes, who will be next, please? Mr. Dinesh. Ajan, please. अस्सलाम सर, क्या हाल चाल? कैसे हैं? सर अपना नाम?
मेरा नाम बाबर।
थोड़ा सा अपने बारे में ज़रा बताएं।
Basically, I also had stammering from my childhood, like since my childhood, and Sakiba is my cousin.
माशाल्लाह,
And since the couple of years, he is helping me with all his techniques.
Mashallah.
And now
Very
I
nice.
can say that I am too much better.
Very nice.
Like in the childhood, I was used to like not able to speak a single word. And like until my second year in my college, I was like same. But now you can see the difference in me.
माशाल्लाह.
And now even I am working in a software house as a project manager, and I used to speak with my UK clients on a daily basis, around like couple of hours.
Very nice.
And there are still some words where I face difficulty, but then the technique of like taking a breath,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
speaking,
Yes.
that always helped me.
Yes.
And you have seen the demo of that already.
Exactly.
That is the best thing.
That technique is amazing so far.
Because whenever I speak with Sakibai or whenever we met, we used to like discuss that, and he always give a consultancy to me, like how you can improve and how you can help, and he also pursue me to like meet you guys, and so that we can be in a group and we can help other. So hopefully I will come regularly from now on.
Inshallah, inshallah, that's great. So please briefly tell us that how you felt before using the breathing technique and after that. Just,
so there are some words like whenever I speak to my clients or I go to shop and I want to buy that thing. So there are words where I always stutter. So before that, what I do is, can I speak with you? That is fine. Can I buy this? So that is the only practice that I need to do. And sometimes, like in front of clients, I stutter. That is okay. I never mind, and they never mind, because that is general problem. But I used to try to avoid that, like as much as I can do, and I am so far like very much successful in that.
Very nice, very nice. Because me too. For me, the same. By using the taking the deep breath technique, it does miracles. So, yes.
It's only now I have some of these still while speaking in English, but while in Urdu or Punjabi,
Yeah.
no one can say that I had this problem previously. And it's like my genetic problem.
Yes.
But now I am like very much confidence and
Yes.
I can speak anywhere.
Yeah, this is the main thing. Whether you stammer or not, if you are, you are confident or you're fearless to speak to anyone or in any situation, that's the main thing. Because stammering is with you, stammering will remain with you. If like you are 90% fluent or 99% fluent, but it will be there. But the main thing is not to shy or feel guilty that you stammer. The main thing, you have the skill, you have the confidence, and you know the techniques to use and to talk to people and to talk in any environment. So this is the main thing.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Babar sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, please. Yes, Junaid. Tell us about
brief history of
yes,
yeah.
little bit,
Can
and
I
how
take the mic?
stammering you have affected you. Yeah, just briefly.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Junaid Lagari, and basically I am from Hyderabad, Sindh. I have done graduation in electrical engineering. Basically, I am facing the stammering problem since when I was 4 years old, but still I haven't cured this. I am taking every effort and every step, and I am searching on the YouTube and different websites and different techniques to do this, because stammering is not a disease, it is a disorder basically. By practicing more and more and by speaking and by coming in front of people, public speaking can boost our confidence and can improve our skills. So it is a brief history.
Yeah.
Any other question you can ask?
After coming here,
I missed one something.
yeah.
Missed one
Yeah,
something.
please.
Basically, I was graduated in 2016, and after 2016, I got a job in power cement industry as an electrical engineer.
Okay.
There, I got promoted to assistant manager on my own behalf and my
Mashallah.
skills. Mashallah, it was all by Allah.
Yes.
And then I left the job by myself, by will of myself, not by the management. So I came here at Lahore to study and for the preparation of CSS. And I want to do a CSS and I want to help the persons, my colleagues, my friends, and the persons belongs to me, the peoples of Pakistan. That is the way. That is the summary of my.
Very nice. And how you felt after coming here? You have seen a place where you can, relate yourself, and you feel the belonging, and it's a platform where you can find, the people like yourself, the people who stammer. So, how this make you feel?
I would add this there. This is the first time I am talking in English. It's the first time in front of people.
Yeah.
However, I have talked in presentation, of course, in university. Yes. There are a lot of presentations, but in front of huge groups and the seniors, management are there, of course. So basically, it was a good experience here, and I am and I suggest my other friends too that they should come here and they should join this Toastmaster club to boost their confidence and to improve their public speaking.
Okay, now the second speaker was Toastmaster Sami, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ahmed. So with a round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmaster Ahmed.
Thank you, Toast Master Noor. Yes, the speech of the overall speech of Mr. Sami was good because today I am blanking. The first time I blanked was on the name of Mr. Saqib. I was totally blanked. I actually forgot his name, so I was just I just this like please come. So this is a platform here. You can learn. You will do mistakes, and this is the place you have to accept. Okay, I need to improve. Okay, now this is the time to for the feedback. So no need to feel disappointed or discouraged. So this is the place. This is the part. Okay, you say okay. This is my weak points. So I need to improve. So this is the way the things work. So as a stammerer, so there are few things we are short of because we are trying to speak and we are trying to communicate, and we also have a battle with ourselves to speak the words. So the overall speech of Mr. Sami was good, fine. The content was clear as he was telling about himself, and the second thing was the eye contact. The eye contact was not that good because he was seeing straight, not he was paying attention to the people sitting nearby. Need to be more interactive to grab the attention of the audience. He used gesture by his hands. That was good. So, and the last thing which we need to work on is the vocal variety. So we should know where we need to raise our voice and where to lower it. So to grab the people's attention, and to create a drama and the way the speech works, and it was a really good effort. Yes, it is.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for Toastmaster Ahmed for a wonderful evaluation. Actually, the first speaker was you.
Yes.
And I was the evaluator. Yes. Right. I forgot that mistake. So for the speech delivered by Toastmaster Ahmed, for that evaluation, I'm here, right? First of all, I will congratulate you, Toastmaster Ahmed, for breaking the ice. Because this first project is really very important. It's very crucial. That's where you decide that how far you can go. So consider every project as a great achievement. And you really did that. You have achieved all the objectives of that project. The first objective of the speech was to deliver a speech in front of the audience. And he achieved that objective. The second objective was to know about what are your strengths and where you can improve your speech. This is the second objective through this speech. And you could better know that what you could include in your coming speech. So congratulations on that. Let's move towards where have you gone as far as your body language, as far as your content, and as far as the tone was concerned. Okay? The body language is very important. It counts for 50 to 55% of your total communication. It's really very important, body language. And when it comes to body language, there are different aspects. Your facial expressions, your eye movement, your gestures, your these 3 to 4 aspects of body language. And when it comes to body language, I would like you to focus on your stance, because sometimes you would tend to tilt. So that's an important thing for you to work on in your next project. So try to put the weight equally on both of your feet. Don't avoid tilting on left or right. And another aspect of a body language is movement. Movement is very important. Through movement, you can add variety. So it's better to move to and fro, right? Moving up and down, fidgeting, swaying up and down, that is not recommended. So if you want to, had you put some movement in your talk, a much better speech would be. Despite all these areas of improvement, your speech was a wonderful speech. And you were so confident. You just grabbed our attention throughout your speech. And it seems to me that as if you have presented speeches many times, your confidence was so impressive, marvelous. And another thing, that during your speech, don't try to hold anything in your hands. So if you are in your left hand, you are holding this. Though it gives you some space where you can control your nervousness, it helps us a lot. If you hold a pen, if you hold a mobile or anything like that, it helps a lot. But the best way is not to hold anything in your hands. Hands are very important. Show your palms towards the audience. It gives a message. It gives a strong message. That's really very helpful. Right? Like this. And don't, though if you want to stress on something, on some point like what I'm doing right now, you can use both of your hands. For example, if you want to change your facial expression, if you want to say something, then you can use both of your hands. But if you are not doing something like that, if you don't want to change your facial expression like right, I'm very spot face, and it's better to use only one hand. For example, if you want to say something that on my right side, so it's better to use only one hand. But if you use both of your hands on my right side, it could distract the audience attention. And otherwise, your selection of words, amazing. Your tone, amazing. Even the person in the back could easily hear you, could understand what actually you were saying. So that was an amazing speech. I was really impressed. Thank you so much. Okay. Now let's move towards the third evaluation. And the speaker was Toastmaster Shahbaz Baloch. And the speech will be evaluated by another legendary Toastmaster, DTM Atif. Please help me welcome a big hand for DTM Atif.
Thank you very much. Shahbaz Baloch with his project. I can't forget your words, Shahbaz. I lost my sight, but I got my vision. And that's what we are all seeing here today. A person with an impaired vision, no, not vision, an impaired sight, is delivering such a great project in front of us. I've been with the Toastmasters for the last 6 years, but I could never figure out that there's a great similarity between the project guidelines given by Toastmasters International and Project Management Institute. So that's how a great person thinks and teaches others how to figure out the similarities, and how to work on them. So it was a great project. A huge round of applause for him. I was expecting a very boring project. Honestly speaking, we are accustomed to listening 5 to 7 minute speeches and thinking about a project which is going to take 20 minutes. Oh my God, I was thinking that should I sleep for some time, should I take a nap, or what should I do? But you didn't let us sleep. You asked questions, you engaged the audience, and it was very good, very good. So I cannot say you anything about the eye contact because I think it would not be relevant, but you should do a few things to add value to your project. And these are my humble submissions, and I'm sure that you will give a thought to them. First of all, although you cannot have an eye contact, but you should be very clear where the audience is sitting, because in spite of giving you some guidelines, you were slightly tilted towards one side. So one side of the audience was very clear and they were having an eye contact with you, the left wing, but the right people sitting on the right, they were not very much in a position to have an eye contact with you. Although you are not having an eye contact with them, but they were trying to have an eye contact with you. The second important thing is that you were having a slight face lifted face, which is also because you are in a standing position and the audience is sitting down. So what you can do is that you can slightly lower your face, and that will give a very natural effect that you are having an eye contact with those guys. And I am sure that you are such an intelligent guy that he knows the names, he knows the people, he knows everything. And honestly speaking, Shawaz, sometimes I doubt that you have any problems. But of course, I don't say, but yeah, you are such a, you are so confident, and that's the real thing. So the people who are here and having a speech impairment, so this is a lesson for you. We have invited Shawaz specifically here today for this purpose. Look, your impairment is nothing. You don't have any problem. This is not a problem. You yourself said that this is not a disease. And look at this gentleman. He is spending his life in such a great way that the people like us wish to spend our lives like him. This is the lesson. And think like him. He thinks out of the box. You also have to think out of the box. You have to bring those things in front of the audience or the people you connect with, that they simply forget that you are stammering. They should be so much impressed with your ideas that they should say that, yes, this is the man I want, this is the person I want. So build those characteristics in yourselves. Build such a great persona, build such a great personality, build such a great mind for yourself that can take you to the heights of glory. So this is my advice for you all. And I congratulate you, Shawaz, for such a great project, and keep adding to our knowledge, our experience, our thoughts, giving such great projects. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM, for such a wonderful evaluation, and I loved every of your evaluation.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that was the last evaluation. And where is the timer's report?
For the third session evaluation, Ahmed Abdullah, he takes 2 minutes for evaluation. He did evaluation.
Yeah, he is qualified. The minimum time was 2 minutes. 2 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and he's qualified.
And second was Sir Noor Ahmed Khan. He takes 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
You're disqualified.
But the personality was also too. He was also Toastmaster. And DTM Mathur Saab takes 4 minutes 20 minutes
So I think you don't need a voting.
So big hand for Toastmaster Ahmed for winning this contest. Because completing your project within time is really very crucial, really very important. So it's not that you did not, you think you could be thinking that no, I didn't win it. No, you win it. So that was the last segment, and now it's my turn to give the report. So did the meeting start on time? So how late we were?
1 hour.
Yes, 1 hour. 60 minutes.
Only 1
No, only 60 minutes. So it's my request to all of you to please be on time. It's very important. And even we were able to start our meetings on time after long efforts. And one of our Toastmasters, Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, he was actually the force behind our meeting to start on time. He's not here today, but he is very vibrant, very enthusiastic Toastmaster. And because of him, we were able to start it on time. So that's, I think, there should be someone among you to come forward and let the meeting start on time. And that could be Ahmed, and that could be Junaid, or that could be Sami, or anyone else. So be one of, there should be someone. The banner was in place, right? And the environment is excellent, the room temperature, the ambience, the Toastmasters, the guests, everyone almost participated. And that was a wonderful session, I think. What do you think? Really? That's the spirit, actually. Now with this, I would like to invite the President. Please welcome. Oh, please. Before that, I would like to call upon the different role players to present their reports. So for that, I would like to call Ms. Fu. And please welcome Ms. Fu to give her report. A big hand for Ms. Fu.
Well, to be honest, it was a bit difficult for me to write the name of all of you.
No, there is no need to write the names.
Yes.
You just can mention the grammatical mistakes. Yes.
The number of times used for the word confidence, I think we should include all from the beginning of the section to now. We have like.
How many times confidence was used?
18.
18 times.
Yes.
Big hand, big round of applause for everyone.
Yes, 18 times. And the grammatical error, I don't know how to.
Just see that that was a grammatical mistake, and this is it should be.
Wow, that is quite tricky because I did recognize some grammatical mistake, but I don't know how.
So that's enough. That's enough for you. Have a big hand. Thank you so much. And this is how we learn in Toastmasters. There's so much we can learn. Even part of this organization for the last 3 years, I'm still learning. I still feel difficulties in speaking. I still feel nervousness when I'm called upon. So the journey continues. So the next role player is there's no other role player actually, huh?
You can just take the comments, meanwhile I am preparing something for.
Okay. So let me give my report now. Okay. Everything was fine, the ambience, everything was there, right? I now would like you to give your feedback.
mismanagement of time. Time management.
Yeah, that's the utmost priority. Yeah,
Time management is the key to success for everything, of course.
very important. Very.
In the speech of Sir Shawaz was awesome, and the motivation level of viewers and the speaking level of Sir Ahmed was outclass.
That's great.
He was talking confidently.
Very, very good.
Because by seeing Mr. Ahmed, we can boost our confidence, we can boost our skills. And as the circuit came, and also to learn the technique, breathing technique, and that breathing technique is also a solution for STEM.
Yes, yes, he's very instrumental. I'm so impressed with that person. Take his comments.
It was first meeting of mine, and it was also good.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Junaid.
सर यहाँ पे तकरीबन मैं 2 दफ़ा आया हूँ और अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि यहाँ पे
रोजाना है।
यहाँ पे मतलब इन्होंने मुझे कुछ टेक्निक्स सिखाए, तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि यहाँ पे कोई ऐसी सर आए जो हमें कोई सिखाए।
आप चाहते हैं कि आपके इस क्लब में ऐसे आप ट्रेनर होने चाहिए, ऐसे साल होने चाहिए जो आपको टेक्निक सिखाएं ताकि आप स्टैमरिंग को कंट्रोल कर सकें और इसको ओवरकम कर सकें। इसके बारे में तो साकिब साहब सही बताएंगे कि वो क्या मुल्तान से हम इनको शिफ्ट कराएं यहाँ पे, उनको यहाँ काबू करें कि हम इनको बांधें, ठीक है,
इनका धरना करा देते हैं,
धरना कराएं। चलो मैनेजमेंट से कहते हैं दरवाजे बंद करें, मौलाना फजल रहमान को इधर बुलाते हैं जी। मिस्टर साकिब,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to share this is my very first chance to be a part of any Toastmaster group. I have been listening about this because many of my friends, about hundreds of my friends across the world who are part of the program, which I'm associated with, they are taking this course like everywhere in the world. So I always have always thinking that I should be joining this Toastmaster group as well. But because unfortunately we do have Toastmaster in Multan, but I think that is not functional at the moment. A little bit about my profession. What do I do? I'm working as a Director General and Registrar in a private university in Multan. It is called Institute of Southern Punjab. It is a degree awarding institute, chartered institute, same like University of Lahore, University of Management and Technology, UCP, rest of the universities. There are somewhat around 70 or 75 universities in private sector in Pakistan, and we are one of them. And I am basically one of the owners of that university, having 10,000 plus students, comprising of 35 acres of land, having offering civil engineering, pharmacy, about 50 degrees all over in our university. So I was being a Stammer, as I have said earlier. I have dreamt of becoming a public speaker because it was need of my profession. Being on the stage, saying something, because I'm always expected by the audience, by the crowd, when I'm sitting in my auditorium in front of the stage, the people, the students, the teachers, they want to listen from me. But back and forth, I wasn't doing it because I have been holding myself back. In fact, stammering has held me back. Matter of the fact. But since I have got my voice back, I have been accomplishing every single situation that I'm trying to be on the stage. It does not matter that fear still lies within me. Make sure for you people who are Stammer getting help from me. I do have bad days and good days. Last week, being honest, I was in my lows. I wasn't able to say even hello on the phone. Would you believe this? But we, being Stammer, we have to live with our Stammer. I remember when I did my first course from England back in 2014, my first instructor, Hannah Reid. The good thing about this course is all the participants and all the instructors, they themselves are Stammers. We are surrounded by Stammers, and Stammers are trying to help other Stammers the way I'm doing at the moment. Like, I have nothing to do with the course which I'm projecting at the moment. They do not pay me a single pence. But because they have given me my voice, so I take it as a responsibility that I should quoting them wherever I can. So it is a 4 days course which transforms a life of a Stammer. You get to see the people coming in the program on first day. They are filmed as I'm being filmed at the moment. They make us sit. The cameras are on, mics are put, and just imagine a person who is having stammering issue throughout his life. How would he be able to say even his name? It is like frightening for him or her, but you have to do it because there is no way out. And the coach or the instructor sitting opposite to you, you are asked questions. Normally they start, what's your name? And we, Stammerer, most of the time we find it really hard to say our name. As I had been facing issues saying my surname, which is Nazir. I remember that once when I got admission in college, it was first day at college, and I was asked, every single student, they were asked to be on the stage and introduce themselves. Because I knew it, that I would be stammering when I will be saying Nazir. I chose to sit on the last benches. Though it was a big class, but unfortunately, it went really fast. And my heart started to sink over and over, and I was feeling like anxiety within myself because I do not want myself to be seen by rest of the students on very first day of college that I'm a Stammerer, because I had to study there for rest of my 2 years or 4 years, I suppose. But unluckily, he asked me to stand up, and the anxiety was so high, the pressure had taken over me, and I wasn't even able to say Sakib. I got stuck, and I said I stammered so badly. That memory, that negative experience still remains alive every time I speak. It still holds me back. I'm trying that how complex this issue is, because we have made so many failures, so many bad stories, which has been fed in the back of our mind. We can't really take them out.
So I want to interrupt Mr. Sakib. I want to ask something. That even Stammerers have to go abroad to learn something. Even we are following a framework from outside. 90 years old framework that we are following, and that is helping us to become confident speakers. Because they are working on these issues. True. And we are just facing it. So what you can contribute, for example, you have achieved, we can't believe that you used to be a stammer. Seriously. Because you have overcome it. You have transformed yourself. You have worked on it. And now you are a great speaker. So what you can do for these stammers, like we are doing, I met Toastmaster Ahmed, and after talking for 2.5 hours, I let him talk, and at the end, then I said that why don't you make this stammer become a stammer talk. And then he said, oh yes, I can do that. So he got convinced. And that's why we all are here. Yes. So what you can contribute, because you have gone through and you know it very well. We can't. You can.
Okay, let me.
Are you available for in Lahore?
Being honest, being associated to a university is quite difficult for me to come around so often.
So can you accommodate few of them to visit you regularly? And
are there any chances of online sessions? I mean, if you can, this is a.
Yeah, I can.
I don't want you to go back and left us and
let me tell you, I have been because as I said earlier that I'm working in the university, I get to see so many students who are facing same issues, stammering issues. Because as stammering, it is said that 1% of the overall population, they are stammerers. So if we have somewhat around 7 billion population in the world, we can say 7 crore people, they are facing stammering issues. So in my university, within my capacity, I'm trying to help stammerers, whoever I have made. I wish if I could show you my videos, the sessions on a large scale in my university auditoriums, which I have taken, and I have spoken about stammer. Okay. Every single teacher in my university, they know me as a stammerer now. Before this, I was hiding it. Because when you hide it, it multiplies.
Okay.
And when you are open with your stammer, that's what is taught in our course, 4 days course. And it is about, nowadays, about 3 lakh plus in Pakistani rupees. Fee of the course. And the rest of the expenditures, like you will be staying in.
Your university charging 300,000?
No. You know the Maguire course. Maguire course. You know the course which I have taken.
300,000 for 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days course. This course is being offered across the world.
Okay.
So as I was saying that I am helping in my personal capacity, the stammerers within Multan and outside Multan. I have conducted a session on 7th of September. We got together.
We did.
And we made it possible. They came, one of my students, he came from Karachi. One guy, he came from Peshawar. These fellows, they joined us in Multan. We had a day-long session. We started at 8:30 in the morning and finished up.
I hope that Toastmasters Ahmed will help you to have a session here in Lahore.
Yes. Yeah. But after the media, we can also have a conducive talk if you have some time and
sure.
You can talk some way off.
Right. So we'll move forward towards short. The time is running out. Very quick comments from your side.
Yeah. So basically, this is like my first public gathering that I joined, and I really enjoyed it. I never felt like I'm getting bored. And inshallah, I will be joining from next week again.
Wow. Thank you so
I
much.
would like to be a part.
Okay, you want to say something, Ms. Wu?
Yes, I want to say, first of all, I want to thank
This framework.
the framework and everything. And first of all, I want to thank you for letting me to be in part of this session today because it's quite inspiring, and I myself also learned something and I can take back home because sometimes I talk before people and I do presentations and I deliver speeches to public, sometimes to a large group sometimes. So there's something I can learn, especially the techniques when we deliver speech. So yeah, this is something I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I learned too much today's session, and today's session is very impressive. And I present my first ice break speech. और साकिब भाई आए हैं तो मैं इनका शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा कि इन्होंने जो टेक्निक सिखाई हैं उनकी वजह से मैं इस काबिल हुआ हूँ कि मैं आपके सामने बात कर पा रहा हूँ. Before of it, I cannot speak in front of people. And also thanks Ahmed bhai and Atul bhai.
Will you help other stammers to come and join this club? Convince them?
Yes. Obviously, this brother contact me and Junaid contact me and I tell about this session. And
So this is a great job you did. Yes, what some insights?
I think it's a good place and a good environment for conducting the session of Stammer Talk and delivering the prepared speeches. But I say something, time is very important, so please come on time. At the end, I would thanks to DTM Atif and also thanks to Ahmed bhai for inviting me at this session at Kickstart. Thank you.
Thank you so much. For the awards, so I would like to call Toastmaster of the day and the president or counter.
Yeah, so I think I should stand here and the president is going to present the awards.
Yes.
Now forward. Thank you. Best prepared speaker. So it's always a tough competition and Shabazz is there. And the winner is Shabazz.
That's good. Please.
So is someone taking pictures?
In the picture, I'm presenting you this one.
The silver side, the silver has to be on the right side and the blue has to be on the left.
Oh, yes, I
Yes.
think I will.
That's why I'm
Oh,
saying.
yes. I think we should correct it. We should correct it.
No problem.
Okay, we can do that.
Yes, it's never too late.
Yes, that's right. Yes, please. Please give a huge applause to team Shabazz.
I just want to share one thing. Yeah, that even if you are stammerer and even if you are not a stammerer, the only thing which counts is, in my opinion, is the confidence. Because I have seen so many non-stammerers, they didn't have the confidence. But today I was amazed that there are so many stammerers, they have got the confidence. So it doesn't matter that you are a stammerer and you are not a stammerer, but the only thing which matters is the confidence. That's why it was the word of the day by Miss Fu.
Thank you.
I have to add more. Okay, so now let's come to the best table topic speaker. So as expected, he is none other than Mr. Sakib. we are so impressed.
Really
Please, a huge round of applause. And now comes the declared winner. So you are the receiver, so please will have to come here and I will present this to you.
Thank you, sir.
Now, just your closing comments and then we will end the meeting. So this story shall happen.
Yes. Today was a dream come true. A platform that has started. There are specifically for the people who stammer, who have a low confidence, speech impediment, and people who have speech anxiety. But in this club, everyone is welcome, and because together we can learn and improve. Because in this club, the people who have speech issues, who they are not able to communicate properly with the people who are non-stammerers with us, we can grow together and we can learn from them and we can improve. So this was a great meeting. There were few mismanagements, but this is the start. So as a whole, that was a great meeting, and I'm thankful to everyone who came and participated, especially and to DTM Atif and TM Noor and TM Shawaz Baktosh for making this happen, and especially thank you Mr. Saqib that came on a request in the starting event of Stammer Talk speakers. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.